Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. Now, we need to go deliver a message to Strangler Bao for our good auntie, Kindly Chang, who was quite the people person. So let's go explore a little bit more of this place. Now, I need to see, where are we on our gear? Let's take an inventory. By the way, I used the Karma to increase my quickness up to 4. And we still have 2 med packs. What about Duncan? Duncan has nothing. He has no things. Not that I can see, at least. But we'll see what we can do from here. I didn't think he lost all of his gear. But let's go ahead and head to this walled city. And actually, we can go and try some of these other areas first before we head into the walled city. See what other trouble we can stir up. Let's try the enforcer here. Frodrick. Like I said, members only. Shove off. Ah, alright. Not yet, I suppose. Well, let's use the intercom here and see if we can get into the med station. You again? I thought I told you to frack off. Well, I'm friends with Isobel and Gobet. Yeah, those two dragged some real prizes out of the river. You get Nightjar to vouch for you too, I'll consider giving you the time of day. Got it? Nightjar is dead. There's a long silence on the intercom. Crying shame if that's true, and I saw that one coming. So you just washed up with Isobel and Gobet, huh? You know what that tells me? That you're here today and you'll be gone tomorrow. I'll keep my distance. I'm doing a job for Kindly. A job for Kindly, huh? You and every other hood in the Kong. Come back if you get some wheels around here. Otherwise, frack off. There's a burst of static and the intercom goes dead. Fun stuff. Alright. So, definitely less inviting than the Cruise Bazaar, but I expected that. So let's go ahead and head into the walled city. Auntie Chang said you'd be coming. You can pass. Uh-huh. Indeed. When traveling to new mission locations, you'll be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify their loadout for the run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they'll be automatically extracted for emergency medical care. They'll be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to Hue. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some dock wagon trauma kits into the field. Nice. Okay, so we get to choose between Isobel and Gobet. So we've got heals, pretty much, or a Decker. I think for the purposes, I normally always go with a Decker, because Decker makes life a whole lot easier for all concerned. So we'll go with that and hope that that's the right choice. So, Dex over heals. Let's see what this walled city has for us. So is this like the Forbidden City, kind of? Kowloon Walled City. I think I'm going to call it Kowloon. And apologies if that's incorrect. Kowloon Walled City, the most densely populated spot on Earth. Nearly 40,000 people crammed into 7 acres of chaos, poverty, disease, and vice. Holy crap. A self-contained city that collects no taxes and provides no city services. Stagnant water sits in temporary wells. Trash lies piled on roofs for controlled burns. Improvised structures lean dangerously over populated areas. It's the ideal breeding ground for all manner of illicit trade. Drugs, gambling, black market trade, metahuman trafficking, and everything in between. The only law is Triad law. Now you need to enter this septic system of a city, find a Triad enforcer named Strangler Bao, and deliver a message from Kindly Chang. What could possibly go wrong? And so now we have nothing in the stash, I'm afraid. So we're going to have to do good with that. And confirm. And the game is auto-saving. Let's see what the walled city looks like. Which is interesting because it's the exact opposite of the Forbidden City. The Forbidden City is supposed to be very beautiful, and this version is pretty much everything that's bad. Foul, oily water rains down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swill of the streets, turns it into a flowing slurry of unrecognizable sewage. In the distance, the sounds of back alley activity add to the ambience of your arrival. Breaking glass, the crackling hiss of a garbage fire, faint screams of terror punctuated by the occasional gunshot, sex and business and violence and misery blended into one. Wu winces at the stink, waves a hand in front of his face. Raymond said that prosperity is in the walled city, but I don't see it. Why the hell would he want to set one foot in this place? Who knows? He'd have to be insane to travel to the walled city. As I think we said, it's the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere, maybe the worst in the world. She does her best to suppress a shudder. Can't keep the dread from creeping into her voice. Can't believe I grew up here. Well, then I'm glad I brought you. You know the place. I forgot about that. Isabel looks around her, closes her eyes. I wish that I didn't. She peers up at the catwalks and sky bridges that connect the rotting tenements of sagging tenements. Frowning, she points to a spot in the distance. There was a market over there when I was a kid. Might not be a bad place to start. I thought you knew where to find Strangler Bao. I do. We need to get into the Lotus Den. That's what Bao calls the little island of control that he's carved out for himself. It's a stupid name, but it's stuck. He'll have guards posted at every entrance, but we might be able to find a way around them through the market. That's what Kindly would prefer. Because we can't want to kill those soldiers because they're triad soldiers. They probably aren't expecting anyone to come in force. We can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. Kindly doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. It's tough to remember much of anything when you've got a bullet in your head. I mean, we could kill them if you really wanted to. Technically, Bao is the only one that has to live, but I'd rather keep Auntie Chang happy than piss her off again. Oh. Well, let's go ahead and take the easy approach. This group's safety is my biggest concern. We don't need to risk our necks for a bunch of triad thugs. I like the way you think. The Decker looks around her, wrinkles her nose. I want out of this place as fast as possible. Damn right. Let's do this. Well, Wu seems to be a little bit more pleasant than Iger from Dragonfall, at least. Deliver the data stick to Bao. Duncan and Isabel must survive. Do not kill any Yellow Lotus. Well, we'll certainly attempt to. Where is this market at? I think it's right over here. I see a market tent, so I assume. Merchant, indeed. A putrid stench emanates from the remains of this building. You see nothing that would cause it. Probably some corpses nearby. Hello there, merchant. A bedraggled old woman looks up from her sewing at the sound of your approach. Clothing! Clothing! I have good quality clothing for sale. What's the news here? Anything interesting? Interesting? Here? No. Nothing changes here. Nothing changes. She settles her weight with an audible humph. Strangler Bao is the big man now. He is very important. Very impatient. You know Bao? Yeah, we'd love to meet him. Well, he requested a suit, and it took only 1 day longer than expected. The bastard refused to accept it. She spits. You see your friend Bao, you tell him that he still owes me for my time. I didn't sew for nothing. You can't eat air. We'll get right on that. She nods sagely. You see that you do. Now, what else do you want? Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? She cocks her head like a dog listening to a noise that it can't understand. Prosperity? She sounds it out to herself. I don't know what that means. Later, lady. That's sad. But I guess this may be the market? It's the only thing I can think of. And here's a bloodied woman. Over here, help. A young woman lies on the ground. She's a bloody mess. Streaks and spatters of crimson crisscross her blouse and mat her hair. Judging by the quality of her clothing and the bag on her shoulder, you'd make her out as a student. She's as out of place here as a librarian would be in a game of urban brawl. She struggles to move, but she's clearly exhausted. The dark circles under her eyes tell you that she hasn't slept in days. When the woman sees you heading her way, her face hardens. You see her hand slip into her jacket pocket, but as she studies your faces, the fear in her eyes gives way to curiosity. You guys don't look like you're from around here. A hacking cough shakes her, but her eyes remain fixed on you. You either. Who are you? I'm a student at HKU. She glances around watchfully, over your shoulder, at the buildings looming above her, into windows nearby. Doing some research. Gotta finish before I can leave. This place is dangerous. What are you doing here alone? I wasn't alone. Not until a few days ago. Another long, wet cough. I've been living with a family in one of the inner blocks for the last couple of months, working on my master's thesis. Funny place to write a thesis. Her voice takes on a defensive edge. It's the right place for mine. My thesis is on Fang Shui in the Sixth World. Ew, okay. What does Feng Shui have to do with a slum? Everything, I think. Absolutely everything. Rich people hire geomancers to design the interiors of their homes, to attune them just right to achieve balance and harmony. The poor have nothing like that. Leave a slum to fester long enough, and you get this. She glances at her surroundings, a look of profound disgust on her face. I think that the negative feng shui of places like this affects the people who live here, that it changes them in a fundamental way, makes them less capable of breaking the cycle and getting out. That's what I'm trying to prove. Before the awakening, people thought of feng shui as a philosophical system. Now in the Sixth World, it's more than that. It's actually a form of magic. That's really interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that. The whole thing revolves around Qi, the invisible life energy that binds every person and thing together. It's very real here in Hong Kong. Nobody knows the reason why. Maybe it's only real because people believe that it is. The important thing is, it's a measurable, quantifiable phenomenon. There's an entire industry that's grown up around it. This doesn't look like a place where people are harmonized with anything. No, it isn't. Not at all. The feng shui in the walled city is completely screwed. I mean, just look at the place. She gestures at the squalor surrounding you. The key here is all wrong. You can feel it, right? I felt that something was wrong the minute I walked in. Bad key, huh? Key needs to flow. Positive feng shui allows that to happen. If key gets pent up and trapped, it goes sour. That's what's happening here. The woman clears her throat and then lets out a hacking cough. The effort requires a moment for her to recover before she speaks again. You know, I hate to admit it, but I could use some help. I started running I guess you could call it an experiment of sorts. Nothing conclusive, just a few quick trials to support my hypothesis before I go into hardcore data gathering mode. There's only a few things left to do. If you could finish them for me, I could get out of here. She holds out a crumpled piece of paper. Please, follow the notes on this sheet. Duncan takes the paper from her outstretched hand and examines it, frowning. Just say what you need us to do. I need you to make adjustments to the area's feng shui. My notes will tell you how. The goal is to remove sources of friction and to record the results. My hypothesis is that even small adjustments can have a measurable impact on key flow. If I'm right, it should improve, and life here should get just a little bit better. Well, it seems like something that's good for a physical adept to do. You rest. I'll take care of it. Yay for quests. What we got? And we do not kill, repair the walled city. I don't know what we got to do. Sparking wires, trinket man, broken water shutoff valve, lower level, and burning tires past the market. Huh. Alrighty. I thought this was the market we were at. Well, fair enough. And we've got people over here. Let's head back the way we came. Said we were looking for burning tires. Oh, well there's a tire right there. Can we set it on fire? That'd probably eliminate the stink. Well, not really. Burning rubber smells horrible. Talk to the merchant again. Nothing there. Okay. We'll head by this way. We got some more people waiting there. Actually, I don't think we can head anywhere but this direction. Okay. Well, that makes life a bit easier. I love it when you think that you're going one way and there's going to be multiple paths, but you actually went the right direction. Like, whoops. I meant to do that all along. It's all part of my plan. Here's the market, possibly. It is a big teddy bear. And merchant. So let's see what's going on here. The street vendor gestures toward a jumbled pile of tarnished chains, costume jewelry, and trinkets on a stained flannel blanket. Look at these beauties. Very valuable. Very pretty. Well, let's see what you're selling. Oh, fetishes. Nice. Nothing that we need right now, though. Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? No. He shakes his head. It's not something that someone would say around here. How can you stand this place? He gives you the stink eye. You mean my home? The vendor softens, becomes wistful. In my experience, you can get used to anything regardless of how horrible it is. It just becomes normal after a while. But this place is getting worse, no question about it. Last 20, 30 years it's been nothing but downhill. Nothing goes right here. Maybe you can change that, though, by buying something? Eh? Yeah, see you around there, sir. Now, what's this? Wires are sparking dangerously just above the doorway. Isabel, can you fix this? Sure, just basic electrical work. I patch cables in my deck all the time. A quick patch job with some nearby waste rubber leaves the wires safe once more. That's one down. So, now we need to put out a tire fire? Is that right? Yellow Lotus Captain. Let's not head that way just yet. We will leave that as a definite last resort, indeed. Now, what is this? This market stall has been picked clean, its owner replaced by a pool of dry blood. Man, that's rough. And nothing this way. And can we head this way without ticking them off? Cool, looks like we can. Let's see what else we can find. There's the tire fire. You come upon a heavily mustached triad soldier screaming at a bearded old man holding a bleeding nose. The punk wags a cheap disposable cred stick in the old man's face. This, the bright plastic case, would look cheerful if it weren't smeared with blood. This isn't enough. You've got two options, old man. You can find a way to pay me all the money, or you can drag your bony ass deeper into the wall. Find a spot for yourself there with the pimps and the predators. They should find a nice place for you. Your choice. The old man wails. It's not fair. I can't just pack up and leave. I've been living here 22 years, and How is this how it's going to be? He rolls his burly shoulders. Fine by me. What are you gonna... Oh. Ouch. Okay, you didn't die, did you? I don't think you did. He's out cold. Okay, well that could have been worse. That could have been way worse. What we got to do here? Let's see. Burning tires, broken water shutoff valve. So let's put this out first. These tires have been set aflame and have been burning for some time. They smell awful. Alright. Bucket of sand. Ah! I'm pretty sure that Gobbet could have used her shaman powers to put it out. But that's fine. Let's go ahead and get this smell out. The flames are stifled beneath the sturdy sand and soil from the bucket. Well, that's two. So let's head down here to the lower levels. There's apparently a water faucet. Oh, it's a slum in itself. Holy crap. Interesting. Alright. And you guys look like the people who were down in the sewers of the Cruise Bazaar. A little bit more people. Door panel. Man, this place is huge. Inspect. Let's look at the door panel. The door is secured by a lock with a badly dented keypad. The keys themselves are deeply scored, as though somebody had gone to work on them with a penknife. Fair enough. Isabel, can you bypass the panel? Nothing to it. She loads up a program on her deck and effortlessly decodes the door lock. I'm really glad we brought you. The door unlocks. Knock, knock. Hatch deadbolt. Enter the Lotus Den. Nice. Here's our alternative path. And a secure terminal. This terminal belongs to Bao's people. I bet that we can get something useful out of it. Terminal is locked with a password prompt. Let's stay away from this from right now, but we've got our way through where we don't have to deal with the triad. So our new fixer, as nice as she is, will probably be very happy with that. I guess as happy as she can be. Maggots churn within stews of unidentifiable ingredients. Yummy! And what about this door panel? The door has been secured by a series of heavy bars with old motors to retract them. A stained and soiled keypad has been set into the door frame. Can we enter a code? No. Let's walk away because we're not privy to that information. And we got a gun runner. Nice. Did not expect to see you here. A tubby man with a twice broken nose glances up at you from a pile of gun parts. He offers you a gap-toothed smile. Nice firearms here. Good for protection. You got a husband or wife? You got kids? You keep them safe with one of these beauties. Quality is guaranteed. Your satisfaction is everything. You want to buy? That was a good line. Let me see what you got. Black Scorpion, Street Sweeper, the classics. Okay. Let's go ahead and just go down the line here. Bao knows you're selling guns in his area? Got Bao's permission to sell weapons in this stall. Been selling a lot of them, even more than usual. He grins. That's good for me. So how do you stand it here? Business is good here, man. Real good. Yeah, it's disgusting, but you go where the market is. Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? He snorts his reply. If you're an organ legger, or a gun runner, or a triad, there sure as dreck is. Otherwise, you're looking at a hand-to-mouth, meal-to-meal existence here. Interesting. Okay. So, the faucet has to be somewhere else here. And there's our pathway, so we'll just go the other way. Are these guys all isolated? Yes, they are. Huh. Nice little organ there. Or not organ, but lantern. I guess you could summon an elemental. And that's to the rooftops. That's where we've been. And faucet. Yellow Lotus Enforcer. Hi, man. Need to have a chat with you, I'm thinking. Hi. The Yellow Lotus Enforcer glares at you. You can see the outline of the old man's cred stick in his vest pocket. He flexes and his muscles bulge. What do you want? Step away, ass. Right now. I saw what you did to that old man back there. I'm here to get his money back. I got a better idea. Think I'll take your money instead. He licks his lips. Give me your cred sticks or you'll get what the old guy got. I'm not playing around. Huh. Etiquette Shadowrunner. I think strength is probably the way to go. Well, I feel like playing, and I know a lot of fun games we can play. He comes up short, frowning. His eyes shift from your face to your biceps to his own comparatively slight build. To hell with it. There's nothing on this old stick anyway. He tosses the cheap stick back to you. The balance on its LED screen reads 063. You got what you came for. Now get out, yeah? I got a date in an hour, and I don't need you messing it up. Remember this the next time you decide to shake down an old man. He waves you off. Yeah, get out. I wanted to knock him out, but I don't have the unarmed. That's not part of my build. So let's head down here. We're still looking for a faucet. Is that it? I think so. Yep, there it is. This old rusted water valve might be able to close off the flow of water that's pouring out of the broken pipe. Let's wrench off the shutoff controls. The flow of water ceases. Less clean water will run off into the streets now. And we have repaired the walled city, guys. So with that done, let's head back up to the top and revel in our good deeds. And I have a theory about what that number is real quick before we... No, let's go ahead and return it to the old man. However, let's remember what the number was. It was 063, I recall. I think that's the combination for that keypad. So here's the old man. "I don't want any trouble, boss," he exclaimed sharply. "Please, just let me be, or leave me be." Hand him back his cred stick. "Here you go, man. Got this back for you." "Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't have anything that I can reward you with, but I appreciate what you did." 063. Uh-huh. Okay. I like that, that hesitation is what I needed to know. So after we turn in this Feng Shui quest, we'll head down there and see what exactly is going on. And the student should be back around here, I believe. Yeah, she was right here, next to this nice little blood spray. Please tell me she's still alive. Yay! The young woman startles at your approach, fumbling for something in her pocket. When she recognizes you, she relaxes. "Is it done?" "It's done." "Thank you. Thank you so much." The young woman sighs with relief. She opens the flap under her satchel, reaches inside, and produces a plastic sheath. "I'm not magically active, so I can't see the flow of Qi in the area, but I've got test strips, little sheets of paper embedded with Qi-sensitive bacteria. It's a close relative of FAB, but it doesn't see much use outside of Hong Kong." She pulls out a strip of the sheath and holds it to the air. Within seconds, it turns ink black. She lets out a dejected sigh, her eyes shifting from the strip to her watch to the strip again. She looks utterly defeated. "Damn it, I've been making adjustments for weeks now, trying to get the Qi to circulate better, and nothing seems to work. If anything, this one went bad even faster than the control strips I took when I got here." "Any idea why?" "No, it should work. I followed the text, done everything right. The Qi here is rancid, that's obvious, but I swear it's even worse than it should be. No wonder this place is so disgusting." The student coughs and rests her head in her hands. "That's it. I'm getting out of here in a little while. Gotta tell my advisor about this. Thanks for the help. Hope you don't stay long. I sure as hell won't." Aw. Okay. Well, we did that. Now, real quick, let me head to that room with the keypad and see if maybe that old man is hiding something. Now, I have no idea if this is going to work. It just seemed odd to me that that cred stick had 063 on it. So, 063. Submit code. How about 0063? Nope. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Maybe we'll get a entrance to that a little bit later. But in the meantime, we have our in to the Triad base, and we will head in there in the next episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.